So hello and welcome back to Let's Play Path of Exile. It's been about a month since I've played, as a Let's Play episode anyway. I kind of really screwed up. There was the last episode of the episode before that, where I had attained a full respec, and I used it, which wasn't in itself bad. The bad part was I basically stuck with the build I had been using. I'm using a dual-wield cleave tanky build thing, which is all fine and well and not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's a 4 or 5 month old build at this point, if not a little older than that. I'm not even sure when exactly I put up the first episode of the Path of Exile series. Check that quick in the background. The music will have cut out. I can actually turn that off so the music resumes too while that website loads. There we go. Now the music won't disappear and it'll look like I'm actually paying attention in-game, sort of. But yeah, basically the build I'm using is pretty old. There's probably nothing inherently wrong with it. It's just that, well, it's old. People aren't really using this anymore. There's been a lot of new skills and skill gems that have come into play. Most notably, I don't need to be hearing myself in the background. So hi, and welcome to Let's Play Path of Exile. Yeah, I just wanted to check something. It's like, wait a second, this first video, did I really leave my little voice check things in the beginning? No, I didn't. January 28th. So, today is July 24th. So, it's been 7 months. Words. So, basically, I'm using a very old build. It would probably still work okay, nothing wrong with it, but, like I said, new skills, and most notably, Melee Splash. I've been using that on a Marauder build I've been playing around with. Normally, let me go out into a map so I can kind of just talk as I do this. I'll be talking about the build and skills for a couple minutes here. Gonna state outright, this is not really gonna be a... Well, yeah, it's gonna be a gameplay video. Just not at this exact moment. Normally, you know, dual strike, you hit one thing at a time. It's okay, it's not bad. I've been using Cleave as an AoE ability. It's, again, okay. Not bad. You know, hit multiple things. Stuff dies eventually. This is a level 41 zone. I'm 44, so I'm a little ahead of it, but it's okay. It's not bad. Let's go ahead and switch characters quick here. Just to kind of look at what other stuff I'm doing. Got Go, Anarchy League. This Marauder I've been running. I just gotta change up a skill gem here quick. There it is. Just gonna pull that one out quickly. We're gonna go someplace I hopefully won't die immediately and terribly. I'm actually just gonna go back to the ledge because it's the ledge. It's not terribly dangerous. I live to demonstrate this. Basically, stuff like Heavy Strike, Inferno Blow. They're single target abilities. Inferno Blow explodes stuff when they die, so it has some AoE, but it's pretty much a single target ability. Let's get my stuff going so I don't die. You know, Inferno Blow, so you hit one thing and oh, he died. And we'll hit the next guy, and when he dies, he'll explode, and so on and so forth. I am dying. Now what happens if we throw that Melee Splash gem into that slot? I briefly talked about this in the previous episode, I think, but I'm just gonna actually find a nice full health pack of enemies. Nice big one like this. Get our stuff going so we don't die. And, hey, look at that, we're hitting multiple things. And a bunch died. Of course, these aren't exactly a nice tight grouping. A bunch more died. Do it over here, and a bunch more die. So, Inferno Blow is now an area of effect ability. I can kind of demonstrate the effectiveness of this a little bit better in the forest, where you will tend to get swarmed quite a bit more. Forest, Goes on Merciless. This might be a bad idea, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Need to round up some monkeys. This is like their home area. There's lots of monkeys here. I don't know if I want to tangle these elites, but oh well. Just hope for the best. Pop a granite. It's gonna take a little longer to kill them, but once one of them dies, the rest should quickly follow. And you see that whole pack just explodes as soon as you get down to the and kill that first one. Same thing here. There's some elites and regulars mixed in, but once that first elite dies, down goes the rest of them. If I were doing this single target, getting currency items though is nice. If I was doing this with a single target Inferno Blow, I'd still be standing there attacking that first group. That's why Cleave and Ground Slam used to be like the go-to abilities because they were AoE. It made them very efficient and good and stuff. Just clearing up any loot. But basically, with the introduction of the melee splash, you're now able to do pretty much insane damage with any ability you want. Now, back to the duelist we've been playing, as I kind of demonstrated a little, the cleave, it's okay. I don't exactly have a lot of damage nodes or anything. Look at the passive tree. I got a couple little attack speed. There's a couple damage nodes stuck in here, increased physical damage, some increased physical damage here. But generally, I have a bunch of strength nodes, and I beeline for a bunch of health and resistances up here. So I just really don't have a lot of damage. 442, it's not bad, but it's not great. Basically, what the whole purpose of this now 7 or so minute discussion is the fact that I am basically going to be shelving this character for the time being. Not... if at any point they respec any of these things I happen to have taken, I will be able to get a full reset. I just... looking at what other people... try to think I'm with words. Looking at what some other people are generally running nowadays as duelists, basically, none of them go beyond blood magic or up here into the center. No one goes into the Marauder tree anymore, generally. Later on, they'll kind of, pass these life nodes, head over here for the Resolute technique or something like that, but just generally speaking, there is no real reason to go over here. The Ranger tree was redone. There's a lot of nice new abilities over here, or nodes over here. So, I'm not going to be re-rolling this character. Not going to be deleting it, but I would like to reuse that name, but it's not particularly necessary. I'm also going to be re-rolling in Anarchy, rather than Standard for now. Anarchy will eventually spill over into Standard League anyway, in October. I believe October 8th. I could be wrong on that. So, I'll lose access to my current stash of stuff in Standard for the next 3 months or so. 2 months, about 2 months, 2 weeks, give or take. I'm actually gonna be making a duelist again.
He had it coming.
I have been playing around with that Marauder I just showed. I had a couple of witches I was messing around with.
Simply because of his high birth. That Lord sang a different
shut up.
tune with 6 inches
Go
of
away.
steel in his guts.
Stop trying to talk over me. I did eventually try one of those dual totem builds I thought looked kind of interesting. I'm at an awkward kind of transition phase with it. It's like... let me take a step back. I started leveling one as, leveling up as Freezing Pulse. The totems don't generally work until a little later. You don't get dual totems till later. And once you take Ancestral Bond for the dual totems, you can't do damage yourself, so you can't, throw 2 totems down and then cast your own fireball to do extra damage on top of the totems. You can still set stuff on fire. If it's an ice ability, like Ice Spear or Freezing Pulse, you can still freeze them. But they're at that kind of weird transitional phase where it's like the dual totems are kind of weak still because they just need a couple more levels, and my leveling abilities are kind of, because I'm not gearing or putting any skill points towards them because I'm basically just about ready to switch over. that I don't want to have to waste more respecs or orbs of regret. So it's like, it's just like an awkward hump of 2-3 levels I gotta get past. What also kind of screwed me over, I found a Searing Touch while I was leveling up. I found it pretty early. I found like level 9, I think. I was a couple zones ahead, so it's a level 12 item. I got it like level 9, so I couldn't use it when I got it. I mean, yeah, you know what? It's a pretty decent item. Just go ahead and actually just point it out quickly because I have it sitting in a stash. There it is. It's pretty nice. It's got, this isn't the one I've been using. I actually have 2 of them that I found as drops. Unfortunately, both are fairly low item levels, but a lot of extra spell damage. The 2 levels of fire gems is huge. And then the extra fire damage on top of that, extra cast speed. It's just an insanely good staff. So I actually leveled as Firestorm after that, you know, just Freezing Pulse. Again, like every single race I ever did, which admittedly wasn't that many, I did as Freezing Pulse. It's like something different. I got this Searing Touch. Well, let's do Firestorm. Or Rain of Fire. So, some skill that makes fireballs fall from the sky. It works really well. I threw Chance to Flee on it. It acts as a defensive and offensive skill. It kills stuff, and when a big pack of stuff tries to group up and surround me, they're getting feared occasionally, so they'll like run back and forth, so they're not hitting me all the time. It worked surprisingly well. Then it's like, well, that was pretty nice. What if I throw some other support stuff on it? You know, throw Chance to Blind, Chance to Stun. The Chance to Stun may not actually be a support gem. Chance to Knockback is, but where am I going with this? It's like, now I want to make just a Firestorm build to try that. So I leveled another witch up. If we go back to the character screen, we can see that I have 2 witches, 142, 147, both at pretty much the exact same spot. I forget exactly what I did. I think the first one I decided I was going to keep as Firestorm, and then I decided I'd level the second one as the dual Spark Totem, or switch it into the dual Spark. So I have 2 witches that are basically sitting at that same awkward level range, and I don't know what I really want to do with either one of them. So they're both been sitting there. I forget how I got into this whole little tangent with the witches. I have the Marauder, and you know, we just did 50 episodes or so of what's it called? Where am I going with this? Of the Duelist as a melee, so you know, I'm gonna change things up. I already said I'm gonna do another Duelist. But we're gonna actually do a bow duelist this time. I don't know why I'm bothering with a duelist, but to be honest, I looked through some builds, found one that looked pretty interesting. I looked through every class's builds. I just settled, you know, duelist again. Go away, you're talking over me again. So that's kind of what we're gonna be running with. And waste too long on this. Fortunately, it's just basically been me talking, so any video prior to now is going to be pretty much useless. We're in Anarchy League. I'll just bring this up for the detail purposes. Hostile Rogue Exiles roam raid class in the Anarchy League. When Anarchy ends, its characters will become standard characters. It runs from June 8th to October 8th. There's some challenges. I don't know if I'll end up with a t-shirt, but there's some little extra stuff here and there, but I'm not gonna be terribly worried about it. Onslaught I'd be tempted to do. Stuff that moves quicker, attacks quicker, and casts quicker. Except my connection is annoying, to say the least. There's some stuff going on there that I'll probably complain about at some point that I'm not gonna do right now. Now the fun part.
He had it
coming up with a name.
Was I supposed to bear such insults with an action simply because of his high birth?
I already used my main one.
The Lord sang a different tune with 6 inches of steel in his guts.
I have a piece of paper with all my names written down.
Defending my honor. I'd do
right
the
here.
same again to anyone who crossed me. I care naught for riches, little for friendship. The duel
In
is
its
all I need.
entirety, that is a list of
I
every
may be an
female
exile,
character
but I will
name I
carve
have
a road
used
back to
ever.
Oriath, one foe, one
So what are we gonna
victory
do
at
for
a time.
name?
Ill fortune may have banished me to Rayclast,
Did
but I
Zayden.
will live to hear them scream my name
What
in the great
is,
arenas again.
Show all. Did I use that other name? Level 8 Hardcore Templar with a name I could use. Alright, we're gonna run with that. Just gonna, okay, I don't know what's going on here. Just gonna dump everything and delete this character. Ah, yeah, all those remove only tabs. All that extra junk that I came up with from races. Just an empty tab. Perfect. Unfortunately, apparently, I cannot... I'm gonna regret this later also, but I can't control click equip stuff. That's a little disappointing. No, I want to keep that. I don't know what skill gems and stuff are in there. I'm gonna come back at some point in the future in Hardcore League when my internet stops being just terrible. And look at the stuff and it's like, why is all this random garbage just in that tab? Alright, so we can delete that character, and I now have a name. Anarchy League is still selected.
Was I
That's
supposed
correct.
to bear such insults
And
with
let's
connection
get
simply
to this
because of
again.
his high birth?
For the first title strand, or Twilight Strand rather, it's going to be basically the same thing as the first episode, minus the me talking for 15 minutes. Although, and honestly,
dead
I
rise to
might
challenge me
have done
here.
that too in that first episode, because you know my whole Path of Exile by Grinding Gear Games is a action RPG, sort of like Diablo 2, blah blah blah, for 10 minutes before I actually even bother doing anything. I'm going to be using some stuff I have in my stash. So it's not going to be a straight vanilla playthrough. I don't have that much stuff I'm going to be making use of. I think I have a 6 or 8 quality gem I'm going to try to use. I don't know. I have a unique helmet I'm going to use. I have a unique pair of boots I might use, but I think that's a little higher level. Depending on what I have that I can actually use that's pretty decent, I might... I might level something else a little initially. Just in case. Nah, it's a one-handed anyway. Whatever. Alright, so... let's get to the stash. See what skill gems we can grab. I may off-screen grabbing 1 or 2 other gems. Where am I looking? Alright. So we have 2 unique helmets we can already use. Increased physical damage, increased life, increased armor, but can't evade enemy attacks. And that also doesn't have any nice slots. This is already a 4 slot. I could throw some fusings in here and actually get this 3 or 4 linked if I wanted. Increased rarity, elemental resistances, and reflects damage. How much evasion am I actually getting? 32, so I'm gonna go with just the elemental resist at this point. There's really no drawback to this one. So we got that. Now, do I have any flasks for low levels? No. Do I have any Quicksilver flasks floating around in here? Looks like no. I wish I did. That would be pretty nice. I'm in the wrong tab. Alright, gems. Rain of Arrows, level 4. It's a 11 quality gem. I'm going to be making use of that. What else do I have flying around here? Pretty much everything else I'm going to be able to get anyway through other stuff. But I'd rather not get more gems I don't particularly need. What else do I need this early? I'm going with a ranged build, so that stuff's not going to be too useful. Alright, do I have any life gain on hits, and what level are those? I know I can't use them just yet, but I believe... Well, if I have one here somewhere. Ground Slam, Warlord's Mark, Raise Zombie, Burning Arrow. I would have sworn that I had... I'm pretty sure it's a round kind of one. Iron Will. Life Leech is 31. That doesn't help. Oh well. And, anything else I wanted to check, I should say? Not need to check. I very much doubt I have anything I can use it besides that. Alright, so, and I just spent 3 minutes to get a helmet and 2 skill gems. Tarkly, yeah, that's who I need. Dual Strike, Burning Arrow, Double Strike. I'm doing a bit of shopping as well. I can always swap these out also. So until level 4, I'm going to be doing Double Strike, attack with both weapons. 2 fast attacks. Hell. Whatever. No, that's not what I want. Purchase items. Just grab a bow. Play with the green slot. I'll take a quality. No, one. Alright, get a quiver. I can equip it already, apparently. Unequip that, and let's grab a bow. I also have some money to work with here. Yeah, not wasting more of a chance on a regen amulet. I will, however, grab some life rings. Grab a... Oh, I'm apparently out of Scrolls of Wisdom. I've been having that issue lately, so we're gonna be taking those. And we're just gonna sell these for Scrolls of Identify. Or Scrolls of Wisdom, even. Alright, purchase items. What was I buying? Iron Ring. Go ahead and buy some mana flasks, because I'm gonna need those very badly. And that. Alright, so what did I get that wasn't... I have a lot of Orbs of Transmutation, so I'm gonna go wild with those. Everything's getting transmuted. And we get life regen, good, and reflected damage. Woo. Fire resist. Cast speed, I believe that will affect. 1 mana gained when you kill an enemy, that will be very helpful. Max life. And some cold damage. I'm going to go ahead and get a second on that. 2% increased armor. Wow, that's bad. I'm going to waste one of those. Alright, 9 strength is useless. 1 more. Also useless. That works. I was actually hoping. I lied. I want extra mana regen. That works. I'm not wasting that many on here. Let's get a second one on that. Added fire damage, good. That has stuff on it. Has stuff on it. And one more here. Extra accuracy, alright. Destroy you. We can destroy you. Now that I've wasted a bunch of currency, we can get out and about. And we're 23 minutes in already. So we actually got absolutely nothing done besides killing Hillock. Got our gear all set up. So next time, we're actually going to get out, about, and do stuff. I'm actually going to cut the episode in editing. I'm not actually going to end the recording here because it's a pain in the ass to do. So thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, rate, and or subscribe, and have a great day.